Yesterday, when we were ported in Doha, we saw the stadium used in the FIFA World Cup, and it was ironic the ship that we were on is the one the WAG stayed on during the tournament. Overnight we set sail, and today we have arrived in Dubai. We have a day here in Dubai before we have to leave for the airport tomorrow morning, so join us on board the MSC World Europa for one last time. Come along. Welcome back to the channel, sailors. It's great to have you with us. Today is day 7 of our 7-night cruise in the Persian Gulf. This time last week we were still in the UK and we were working at home, and then late in the afternoon we headed to Heathrow Airport to take our overnight flight to Dubai. We got to Dubai on Saturday morning, boarded the MSC World Europa, and she has set sail for ports around the Persian Gulf. Now, we've been to Dubai a few times before, so we decided that we would stay on the ship. The last time we were here, we ventured out to the Dubai Mall, the Burj Khalifa, did a tour of Old Town Dubai, a Daibo, the Burj Al Arab for lunch. Oh wait, hang on, that was the time before. The last time we were here, we headed out to Dubai Parks and visited Legoland Dubai alongside Movie World Dubai, with our trips to the Dubai Mall afterwards. We did have to get off the ship this morning to do immigration in the main port, and then we had to look around the shops in the port building, grabbed a couple of things before heading back onto the ship. We looked at the prices of the hop-on hop-off bus, but it was quite expensive, and to be honest we would have been cheaper just taking a taxi to the Dubai Mall, because that would have been our destination. We decided that we didn't need any shopping, so today would be a good time to sit on the deck and top up the tans, as the weather was going to be a nice 26 degrees Celsius or 78 Fahrenheit. We can see the Queen Elizabeth II ship hotel in the distance. It's now completed and has been refurbished, and you can stay in it. We had a cup of tea, some soft drinks and water this morning as we laid in the sun and used the hot tubs up in the outdoor solarium area. I was watching some passengers in the main pool area by the hot tubs, making content for the social media for what I could gather. There will be some new people boarding the ship today and also tomorrow. We had a burger, hot dog and some chips for lunch, which was obtained from the grill down by the main pool. After lunch I went down to the room to check in for the flights. After checking in for a flight I then went back up to Sun Deck for some of the last rays before it was time to head down to the thermal suite one last time. It was nice and quiet in the thermal suite. It's been a nice perk to have time in the thermal suite and it was so welcomed each day. After our time in the thermal suite we'll pick you back up again. After an hour or so in the thermal suite, I then went back to the room to pack before dinner. Dinner this evening will be in the Las Dunas Suite restaurant. If you want to see the full menu, please press pause on the video. For starters, I had pasta of the day with bolognese. Paul had sautéed mussels Mariana, which he said wasn't that great and only a small amount of mussels in the shells. For mains, Paul opted for the cannelloni Tuscan style. I had the braised beef and red wine sauce. We We both had ice cream for dessert. After dinner we went for a walk to the panoramic lounge to have a look to see if there was a show on. We'd either just missed it or rehearsals were going on. We went back up to our room and we found out by reading the info that we could go and check in with our luggage at the port as long as we did it before 1 AM. This was a blessing in disguise. We raced to the terminal building to sort this out. It took all of 15 minutes and then we were back on board the ship for our final evening. We did have to call down to guest services to find out what time our group was leaving in the morning because they'd given us the wrong sheet with disembarkation times. It was then time to go to bed because our alarm was going to have to go off at 4 AM so we could be down in the TV studio lounge to wait for our bus to the airport. It was time for us to get some shut-eye. We will see you in a few hours as we get up and sort ourselves out before we head to the airport. Good night, sailors. See you in the morning. Good morning, sailors. We've just got up. It was time for showers and then to head downstairs to the lounge. Group 40 was called at 5 AM to go and leave the ship and join the others on the bus to the airport. We met Sarah and Diane again in the lounge, said hello to them. We got on the bus at 5:15 AM. We were headed towards Dubai International Airport. It's now 5:38 AM local time and we have arrived at Terminal 3 departures. What was interesting was the size of the queues that were waiting to check in their luggage. You can see why last night checking in at the port was a godsend. We headed straight to immigration and passport checks, got through the gates and then headed to the large lift to the shopping area and departure gates in Concourse B. We walked around the airport looking for somewhere to get food as we were hungry and breakfast was needed because it was now 6:05 AM and our flight is not until 9:40. We had some McDonald's because there was nothing much else open. After something to eat, I wandered around the airport to see what else you could buy. The shops here are quite funky and I really love the shape of the Adidas outlet. We then went back to one of the stalls as Paul was looking at this cool case. We checked to see if they sold them back home and to see if they were around about the same price. We both bought a neck pillow for the flight and before we knew it, it was time to head towards the gate. We waited for instructions to get on board the plane and got to our seats. We put our luggage away in the overhead lockers. What was really funny is we took off around 9:50am local time, and around 10:45am we were being served lunch. Paul had the beef stroganoff and I had the buttered chicken. Both for airline food were actually delicious. It was time to watch a movie or grab some shut-eye. I decided to watch Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick back to back. About an hour or so before landing we were given a light bite. It was a pizza or toasted turkey sandwich with cheese. We landed at 5:45pm at Dubai time, which is around about 1:45 local time in the UK. As usual at Heathrow, most of the terminals make you walk a long way around the airport to get anywhere. Ten minutes after landing we went through passport control and had to wait in the baggage area. It took about 30 minutes for the baggage to come through the belt. We grabbed our luggage, got a drink from Marks and Spencer's, then headed down into the underground to start our journey home. We took the Piccadilly line to Green Park, then changed to Victoria line. As we walked through the door, Luke and Leah were there with cuddles for us both, and just like that, it was the end of our holiday. Thank you so much for joining us in our 7-night adventure on board MSC World Europa. Please look out for the Talk Ship video on MSC World Europa and other videos coming soon. Stay safe, sailors, and thanks for watching.